Okay, so I think I'm going to do some of these power from beyonds to get some more pieces. Start with our first one down here at the bottom. Just acquire the power on Altair IVC. Why did I say IV? That's probably 4C, not IVC. But let's get these people back to where they need to be. Sarah, on the ship. Sam, on the ship.
I would be more useful to you aboard your ship than idling here awaiting.
How many can I have? You're completely right, Vasco. Oh no, yeah, you're no longer an option. I remember. Oh no, you are an option. He disappeared for a while, but now I guess he's back.
Asks.
There we go. Then Andreja, you're gonna travel with me.
So, we finally have all the answers. And yet here I stand, feeling like I understand even less than I did before. This talk of the unity of a multiverse? Dead friends appearing again? It is all simply too much.
Look, there's only one way to prove whether it's true. Someone has to enter the Unity.
And you think it is just that simple? It would seem to me that verifying this is much like verifying the idea of an afterlife. If this is all true, as the Starborn say, then passing through the Unity will allow one to know the truth. But whomever does that will then never be able to report that truth back to the rest of us. What good then does it do us?
I mean, that is true. This has always been the mission. Learning the truth no matter what. I mean, the existence of Starborn here in our universe backs it up.
Only because they claim it does. We must take them at their word, or enter this Unity from which there is no coming back to find out for sure. What if none of it is true? What if it is all some kind of trick? Or perhaps even worse. What if it is true, and none of us ever sees the others again?
It's okay to be scared. This is a huge leap.
Even if everything the Starborn have said is true, if you pass into this Unity and come out in some other universe, look at who they are, and what they have become. They have the faces and voices of people you know, but are nothing like them. Are you not at all worried that the same fate would befall you? That you would become someone unrecognizable to the rest of us?
I mean, I understand what she's saying. We do have to see it through, but also, let's just focus on getting the artifacts.
That feels very much like you are just trying to delay this conversation as long as possible. But you are not wrong. And certainly, at this point, we would not want the artifacts falling into any other hands. We should get back to it. Now that we know what to work towards, there's no time to waste.
So she did want to talk to me. Okay.
Yes,
Let's go.
I look forward to it.
Oh, this is my room. It's Mateo's room.
Ask if you've got questions. Take care of yourself.
Noelle.
Ever since I got here,
This has felt like home. These people are... Okay, let's take a look.
I still feel like I probably need that stuff for crafting.
Stay safe, okay?
Sam? He probably already headed back to the ship. So I would have missed him. Walter?
I'd like to talk to you about something when you have the chance. Until next time.
Forgot he has a side quest for me that I still haven't started. Lad?
Oh, sore. One too many squats.
Any thoughts on the Unity?
Keep coming back to one thing. Both of these Starborn, they're people you know. Only they're not the people you know. Say and do things the folks you know would never. Doesn't bode well for anyone stepping into the Unity. Or through it, or however it works. You consider what it might do to you?
I feel like that's the least of our problems right now.
Easy to say when you're on this side of it. But give some thought to who or what might come out the other side. No loss as great as the loss of what you are.
Well, I got some data for you.
Let's deal.
So we have... Oh, yeah, he pays me for these, doesn't he?
Jaw the words another time, then.
Okay, and everyone else has taken off to the ship. Let's go ahead and start heading towards Altair. So these are the things that are going to be different for everyone, I believe. So if you go to the location I'm going to, which you probably can't because the planets are
Always a
RNG,
satisfying moment to return to your ship.
you won't find
Struts retracting. Let's get out of here.
you won't find the same stuff.
Retro's firing. Orbit stabilized.
Got to talk to Sarah, Sam, and Cora before we take off.
Can I help?
It's good to be out and about. Lives get stuffy sometimes. So we know the answer. Who are the Starborn? Well, we are. We're some cracked mirror version of ourselves. The whole thing seems unreal.
Starborn are people. It seems crazy.
Doesn't it? I was hoping the Starborn were somehow so advanced that their concerns were cosmic, significant. Instead, they're fighting over goddamn toys like we've been doing since caveman times. It's just a stupid game to them. And all our deaths and suffering, not relevant.
I mean, I think it may be more complicated than that. I do think that their motivations are human. Because I think one of them, it is just he wants power. And the other one wants to dictate. So we'll say that.
And they seem to be just as messed up as the rest of us. So the Unity is a gateway. A gateway to countless possibilities. And you have a chance to go through it. Imagine. I'd be lying if it doesn't sound like the adventure of a lifetime. I don't know if you're taking anyone with you. But if you take me, I got no idea if I'd go through or not. If it weren't for Cora, I'd jump on it in a heartbeat. Cora'd probably shove both of us out of the way and dive in first. Born explorer, that girl.
So is this saying that I could bring someone with me into the other universe? Is that what he's hinting at? An opportunity like this is why Constellation was founded. Pure exploration.
Exactly, right? I know it's your decision who to work with, but you gotta remember that the Hunter murdered our friend. Sure, the emissary may be a version of Barrett, but he's not our Barrett. But that doesn't make what the Hunter did right. Not by a long shot. If the Starborn are party crashers from different universes, I'd side with the one that's not willing to murder innocents to win.
To be fair, they both were, because he was gonna kill us. I don't like either of them.
Me neither. My head is still spinning. Maybe after a few nights' sleep, it'll be clearer. Take care. Man, the galaxy's too big to be stuck in the same place.
Got anything for me?
My junk is now, well, your junk.
Could we talk?
Phrasing?
Yep.
Hi! Is there a way to go faster than the speed of light? And none of that grav tech cheating? Bye!
She wants to talk to me, but Sarah, I think, already did.
Forgive me for pulling you aside again, but, well, there's so much to process right now. The emissary, the hunter, the unity, an entire multiverse. I can't even begin to wrap my head around it all.
I feel exactly the same way. Overwhelmed.
Why wouldn't you be? The fact that we are the origin of the Starborn. Humans literally reborn by entering the Unity. The same, yet different. It's unbelievable. I feel like most of the knowledge we've amassed in the last few centuries about the universe has just been made obsolete.
What kind of knowledge has been rendered obsolete?
Oh, goodness. Almost every facet of science. Astrophysics, physiology, evolutionism, grav theory. The list goes on and on. There are areas of study that will need to change, and some basic rules of science that will need to be completely blown up and reinvented.
Well, I wouldn't say it's completely obsolete.
Perhaps I'm overreacting, but you can't deny there will be more than a few textbook chapters that need to be rewritten. We've been pushing further and further outwards from our home, when we should have spent more time being prepared for the consequences. Our current problem relates closely to the nature of humans as a species. This rushed curiosity has led us to enter the Unity and become Starborn.
Isn't curiosity one of the tenets of Constellation?
It certainly is. Without curiosity, our motivation to explore would vanish. But in this case, there's a difference between exploring the cosmos and blindly entering the unknown without being prepared for the consequences.
I don't think that would have made a difference.
But it has made a difference. Here we are, caught in the middle of some sort of needlessly violent crusade between the hunter and the emissary. You'd think that a technologically advanced society would have evolved past petty squabbling over something like the artifacts. It almost makes me wonder if entering the Unity has done them more harm than good.
So you think the artifacts are the primary reason Starborn revealed themselves to us?
Oh, absolutely. Their arrival in our universe is much too timely to be for any other reason. It's also clear that the need to collect these artifacts are an obsession for them, almost bordering on an addiction. That leads me to wonder what the Unity has done to their minds and their souls.
I suspect this is your way of telling me we shouldn't enter the Unity.
No, that's not it at all. When you pass into whatever lies beyond, we don't know what will become of you. Will you remember your life as you knew it? Will the hunger to collect the artifacts consume your life like it's clearly consumed the Starborn?
You'd let those questions stop yourself from entering the Unity?
Of course not. I am, and always will be, an explorer at heart. My concern is how fundamental the change will be to ourselves as people. We don't even know if you'll remember anything about this conversation. I'm worried what that will mean between us.
I mean, this is surprising coming from someone who lives and breathes exploration.
This goes well beyond the boundaries of simple exploration. As the chair of Constellation, I want all of us to have this opportunity to explore the Unity. It would be the pinnacle exploration of our lives. However, after we enter the Unity, we'll likely evolve. You and I, as we stand here right now, will essentially cease to exist. You're a respected colleague, and I wouldn't want to lose you.
Just a colleague. Let me go, Sarah. What makes you think you'd be losing me?
I'm not sure. I'm guessing based on what we've learned. Even if I accompany you into the Unity, the question still remains. Would we know each other anymore? Even if we did, would we care? Part of what I do as chair of Constellation is weigh the costs of our expeditions. And this one, the cost is extremely high.
Well, do I want to say you have to trust I'll make the right decision? Or it's something I have to do? I mean, it's something I have to
I
do.
know. Damn it. I know. Listen. I realize nothing that I say is ever going to change your mind or diminish the enticement of this incredible opportunity. All I ask is that you research the facts before you blindly stumble off into the unknown.
You know me, I'm the cautious one around here.
Yes, never mind the surprisingly high number of space battles you've gotten entangled with recently.
3?
Well, I suppose I've ruined the moment again, haven't I? I'm getting quite good at that lately. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing. Just think what we discussed. I know I will.
I think I've only been in 3.
Remember our last conversation, when you told me the artifacts made you feel like you were being pulled across the entire galaxy? Well,
Hey, Dad.
it got me
Wanna
thinking.
hear a poem I wrote?
So I dove into
It's
our
called a
archives and
haiku.
started looking through Constellation's
about
older
them.
journal entries.
A haiku.
Just because I wasn't familiar with the experience you described doesn't mean
Okay.
the same might have been true for my predecessor.
Were any of the old journal entries helpful?
Unfortunately, no. Other than you and Barrett, there were no records of direct encounters with the artifacts. I have to admit, though, I did get more than a bit sidetracked reminiscing about old times.
I'll copy down too. You
You never
how to
mentioned
lose
your
things.
predecessor to me
I still
before.
don't know how you lost
Really?
that picture of Nibbles
I'm
the
surprised
Common
that I haven't. After reading those journals, all of the pleasant memories of my time spent with Aja just started flooding back.
Aja?
Aja Mamasa. She was the youngest member of Constellation when it was founded. Only took her 15 years to reach chair. Sorry, I sometimes get so caught up in my own bubble, I forget that I wasn't the first.
I feel like we're making good memories of our own.
Oh yes, absolutely. I didn't mean to compare. Those were just... oh, I don't know. Different times. Aja was the one that taught me the ropes at Constellation and took me under her wing as her protege.
I mean, that is true. Obviously, she took me under her wing. Am I meant to replace her? Being paired with the boss must have been quite an honor.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I adopted her methods. You know, Aja and I logged quite a few interesting discoveries together. But it was the journey itself that I'll never forget.
Did you discover anything I might have heard about?
We catalogued unusual stellar phenomena, a few habitable worlds, and some unique life forms, but nothing SSNN would bother to report.
Well, I can relate to that.
Exactly. For me, it was all about the quieter moments. There was nothing quite like sitting back and watching space bend while listening to Aja spin vivid stories to fill the time. Oh, I find that sort of cozy isolation the best way to really get to know someone.
Cozy isolation?
Yeah, you know, being alone in interstellar space, nothing but light years of black around you. Some people find that terrifying. I find it comfortable. It helps me bond with my shipmates.
Okay. So I've noticed.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. You know, all this talk about Aja reminds me that my time with her was a gift. I miss her dearly.
She's not dead. She was at the thing. At least she left a vacancy for you to fill as a chair.
I wasn't gunning for her spot. In fact, everyone at Constellation was surprised when she announced she was retiring and moving to Parima 2. Come to think of it, if we're ever out that far, perhaps we could pay her a visit, and I could make proper introductions.
You sure visiting Aja now would be such a good idea?
Oh, don't worry. There's no bad blood between us. The worst that might happen is you get stuck listening to two old friends catching up on old times.
No, I'll do my best I can to make our journeys just as pleasant.
Well, I don't expect you to be a carbon copy of Aja. Just be yourself. You see, it's clear that we share the same hunger to discover what's out there. And that, well, that's what intrigues me about you.
Ah, flirt. I'd like to discover more about what we have right here.
I don't know if I deserve to be that close to anyone right now. If you knew about the things that I've done, the way my life's unfolded, I think your opinion of me might change. Please, give me some time. I have to go. Something you need?
You have anything for me?
Actually, yes, I do. Here you are. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now, Andareja, you wanted to speak to me?
I have been curious. I know that your role in Constellation was thrust upon you in an unusual way. But that experience does not demand that you stay. You could have delivered the artifact and then left. Why do you stay?
I mean, it's a good group of people. They need my help.
They are dedicated in their cause. This is rare and admirable, I think. My past is complicated. And anyone in Constellation will tell you I do not speak much of it. But my family always stressed the importance of having a purpose in life. You must have a reason for being.
Why is Constellation meaningful to you?
This group of people, who by rights would never associate with one another, has come together for a common cause. That is impressive on its own, before considering the magnitude of the work they have undertaken. The possibilities it holds.
mean, you gotta have a reason to get out of bed in the morning.
Yes, that is one way of putting it. I am often surprised at how reluctant some are to agree with the idea. They sometimes seem offended I would suggest such a thing. When I first came to New Atlantis, I was shocked at how many people go about their business every day like drones. They do their jobs, eat their food, sleep in their beds, all seemingly without concern for anything around them. Complacent. Their experience is so different from much of the settled systems. They do not know how good they have it.
How are things different for them?
There is no struggle to survive here. No great risk in daily life. I'm sure you have seen for yourself that is not the case for much of the settled systems. Hostile environments, dangerous creatures, not to mention the threats posed by other humans. None of that touches these people.
You think people need to struggle to live? There's no way to know what someone else is going through.
You believe I am too quick to judge. Perhaps that is so. Purpose cuts through adversity. I know that all too well. And these people seem to have no idea.
You've obviously been through a lot.
I have. There have been times where I wondered whether it was worth it. My family is unique within the settled systems. I grew up outside the bounds of the United Colonies, or the Freestar Collective. My parents, and their parents before them, did not believe anyone outside our family could be trusted or relied upon. You can imagine, I am sure, how existence without ties to others is challenging in space.
Why did your family insist on independence?
They believed, and still do, that anyone who was not part of our family did not share our values, our goals, and was ultimately a potential threat. My time in the settled systems has mostly led me to agree with them.
Well, getting by on your own is admirable.
It has certainly proven valuable. Saved me. A few times, without question. For now, though, it would seem you and I have found purpose in Constellation. I believe that is enough. I am pleased that we have common cause, and have enjoyed our time together. Thank you. Did you need something? Ah, yes, we are done.
Yep. Oh. Cora. Cora!
How you doing, Sweet Pea?
Well, I'm okay. But I'd be a lot better if...
Let me guess, you'd be a lot better if you had a bigger book allowance.
You know me so well, Dad. So, what do you say?
He just walks away.
Hard, Captain.
He just walks away like, nah. Nah, I'm good. Okay. So did a lot of catch up with those 3 companions. Let's get to where we need to get to. Let's get at least one more piece. Right? Sorry, Trader Atlas.
Oh, I never get tired of that.
This is Research Outpost U-309 to any and all Freestar Collective craft. We are under heavy fire. Hostile spacers are overrunning our position on Altair 2. I'm not sure how much longer our outpost can hold on. We don't have much time. Private Mahoney out.
This is a commercial passenger transport liner wanting to alert you about hostiles in the system.
Do you need any assistance?
No, it gave our passengers a bit of a scare, but the ship's A-okay.
Okay. Well, space is never dull. Glad you made it out in one piece.
You and me both. Us friendlies have got to watch each other's backs out here. Safe travels, stranger.
There's also someone who's being attacked. But I didn't get a quest or anything about it, so I can't exactly help her. Right? What is this? So we're going to this anomaly, obviously. Oh!
Touchdown imminent.
No, not takeoff. Dang it. Okay, good. I held B and it canceled it.
You've got something for me?
No, actually, I don't.
Perhaps not the sort of place on which one would settle down.
Greetings, Captain.
Greetings. Freezing temps. Must be a wraith or something. I don't know. Got tungsten. Got lead. What do we got over here? Cobalt. It's got to be right here, right? Because there's floating rocks. So it's got to be this direction. It's not because my screen just stopped flickering. So it's up there, which was my first guess. Like just from landing standpoint. Right? But that looks important. Chlorine. Seems to be no life on this planet.
Do not like the cold. Stiffens at joints, lowers reaction times.
Man, it'd be nice to have a vehicle or something if I gotta travel this far. I didn't test the gravity. So there we are. Some nickel. It's the last resource on this planet, which should not be true, right? They're not. Oh, there's probably not an artifact here. It's probably, it said a power, so it's just a power. It's like when you get the words of power. It must just be the rain, but it sounded like something moving. How far away this was. Where I landed. Yeah, we followed it. Now we just gotta get the power. Am I gonna have to do that swimming thing again? Probably. Okay. I do find it odd that no one has discovered any of these temples. They're rather large. This is Temple Alpha. We've already got Peace Alpha.
This is what Constellation has been for. This place, the Starborn. All of it.
Yes, we already have... Again, I just heard something. We already have Artifact Alpha, but we don't have a power for Alpha. I wonder if all the temples are like copy-paste. Probably are. Well, Alpha. Yep. Be nice though if this didn't take so long. It's one. Two. Three. Wait, there was one forming right there and it left. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Left again. Left again. Or are those counting? I don't know. It's not going da-da, which means I don't think they count. That one left again. Yeah, I think they're all leaving before I get to them. No, I guess I made it to him. I stopped counting because I couldn't tell. Let's absorb this power.
It is so strange to think that this could literally be millions of years old.
Oh, God!
Your abilities are truly amazing.
I didn't even see what the let's see what the power was. Okay, he just came out of nowhere. Powers. Personal atmosphere. Pure oxygen, pure and clean, brought forth to breathe deep. Oh, it's not even that great of a power. So what was this guy? He's a Guardian Alpha? And I got some quantum essence, which I still don't even know what that's for. Hold on. If I go into my powers. If I go to this. Use quantum essence? I used a thing of quantum essence. I don't know what it did. Increase Starborn power regeneration speed for 60 seconds. Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, that was kind of a waste. Should have read it before I just pressed it. Like, I thought it was an upgrading thing. That I could upgrade my space magic. But I guess I was wrong. Alright, then.